My name is Dr. Mike Lacerda, and I serve anybody that has a spine and wants to get healthier. And sure, they happen because of injuries and lack of maintenance and lead to premature arthritis and organ damage.
How long have you been in business?
6 years.
Congrats. That's awesome. So
This is actually the longest standing chiropractic office in town.
all right. Well, before we started working together, what was the biggest operational headache you guys were dealing with?
Our calendars, they sort of being in sync and not talking to each other. And kind of run off 2 or 3 calendars to try to schedule patients and track. The messaging on the system, the Go high level platform was not in sync at all. And it was just a big old stressful pain in the as far as having to deal with it all the time. And it seemed like there was always something going on, always.
Do you have a rough sense of maybe potentially what it was costing you to have those 2 systems not talking to each other cleanly and all the stuff that was going on?
Well, I mean, the energy sucker more than anything else. A distraction and a major frustrator. I try to separate the two when I work with patients, but it's still in the background lingering.
Yeah. How long had it been going on before you decided to address it?
I started marketing with the other company back in like January, February. I tried a couple other resources. We're supposed to be specialists in the global high-level app world, but wasn't able to do it.
What made you actually decide to do something about it?
It wasn't working. I'm all about efficiency, and I feel that's what you're all about too, is efficiency. Efficiency is the name of the game. I grew up as a farm boy, and we don't want to go back and redo work because there's more work to do. Momentum is key. Once you got that thing flowing, you don't want to throw a wrench into the whole machine and just bog it down. We want to just keep moving forward and just be a perpetual engine that just flows and hums.
Well, let's talk about what's changed since we started working together. What's changed since we've really come in and started to solve the problems one by one and get to where we are today?
Calendar. That's huge. One app, one calendar, one app where all the contacts are on our phone, going back and forth. It's such a pain in that. So not having to do that anymore is huge. And just we're progressing. Yesterday, we broke a record. I saw by myself yesterday. We had 2 new patients. We had one come back to go over x-rays. And we saw a total of 71 people yesterday. Record previous was 70, so we're at 71 yesterday.
That's awesome. So just to clarify, so the original problem we had was we had 2 go high level systems that 2 marketing agencies wanted you to work out of, and they had built a sync between them. One agency did Facebook ads, the other did Google ads, and you were having to juggle and jump back and forth between those 2. It just never worked no matter what. Things were falling through the cracks. People were not getting the messages. There were no shows, things along those lines, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Since then, if I itemize the things that we've put into place, we unified those systems into one. So like you said, you've got one app, one location, one set of calendars to work off of. Oh, the sending of patient documentation. So new patient exam and HIPAA compliance, right?
Set up the prepay for the
new patients. Yep. We've got voice AI in the works. It's at least capturing after hours stuff. We are automating. We will have this out here shortly, but we'll automate the reminders to existing patients that it's time for them to come in and schedule an exam based off of how many appointments they've completed, which will be awesome to help eliminate that. Marking patients as showed, we've at least alleviated some of that burden, not eliminated it completely, but the whole QR check-in system I know is helping Proactive and Inception get the data they need to better optimize campaigns, because they're at least getting some information back that, these leads we generated actually showed up for appointments, which is awesome for them. And so,
you know what? The leads that we have been getting are better quality too.
Yep.
Yeah. That seems to be a lot easier now. The conversion of getting a new patient and then coming back and getting them to sign up is getting a lot better.
We also have automated review collection now. So you're starting to get reviews on a regular basis, which is nice.
I'm probably 15.
Yeah, your average rating is still 5 stars, which is awesome. You've got 100% positive, no negatives. All of your reviews are now responded to as well automatically. Anybody who doesn't convert, will continue to nurture and drop an offer in front of them so that maybe a week, maybe 3 months from now, they bite and then come back. So you're not wasting money on lost leads. So
Yeah.
So here's my last question. If another clinic owner like you was on the fence about working with us, what would you tell them?
I would tell them that they need to go for it and dive deep into some of the issues you may be having, which could be more than what you want to deal with, but don't have any concerns that you have to do it, that you, Pete, and his staff will get it figured out. So I feel confident anytime we talk about something that, because most of this stuff I do not understand. So that's pretty cool. And it had just the ins and outs of the app itself, but behind the scenes of how the app works, there's no way. I don't even want to know. I don't care. It's outside of my expertise, and I'm okay with that. So thank you for being motivated in that arena, because I have no desire to be in that arena at all.
Yeah, well, we enjoy it. Awesome. Well, thanks for sharing your feedback and your input and your kind words.